the one, the only, Benzion.
Good afternoon and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Table Enabled. We start a new week of Shulchan Aruch Yomi, Siman Reish Lamed Aleph, 231, only one halacha. Shakol kavanosav yilu Shem Shemayim. Everything you do throughout the day should be intended for what purpose? Shem Shemayim, for God. I'll talk more about this with Ben Sion, how much I vehemently disagree with this entire statement, which is basically the words of the Torah. Who's quoting Rabbeinu Yonah and Pirkei Avos, most of it. So I happen to disagree with this vehemently, and this siman is really the basis of the whole Torah, because this is maybe the most important siman in all of Shulchan Aruch. If I'll read it, I'll show you why. But if you get this wrong, this idea wrong, you will have destroyed your entire life. And let's get into it. Aleph. We're getting back to the Seder Hayom. Right, we left off a long time ago. We had the halachas of davening in the morning, then you go to your work, or you learn Torah, then you sit down for your meal, and all the halachas about having a meal. That's all hilchos brachos. And now after your meal is over, your main meal a day, only supposed to have 2 meals a day according to the Torah, not 3 meals a day. So you have 2 meals. It's the afternoon now. You're gonna take a nap or not? So if you can't learn without sleeping, you should sleep. Again, your neshama only leaves you at night. Some say you should say, there's a whole Seder Kriya Shema Lamita in the Sidurim. You should say that before you go to sleep in the afternoon. The minhag, the Mishnah says not to say that. You have to be very careful in the afternoon not to sleep too long. Shisa Nishmi. So how long is Shisa Nishmi? So we had a 3-way machlokes early on. Either it's 30 seconds, 3 minutes. Some say 3 hours. 3 hours would make sense. Most people don't sleep more than 3 hours. But 30 minutes is even not that long. A lot of people sleep. I was in yeshivas for many years. People go on the benches. Literally, they lie down on one of these benches over here. I see there's a bench over here. It has some seat. It has, foldable seat over here. You lie down on the bench. I saw there was a Rosh Kola, right? Witya. I don't know if you remember him. He used to appear in some of the videos. He used to have a call in the shul. This man, he just got up and left. There's no more call there anymore. In the afternoon, he wasn't from here. He came here. And in the afternoon, I would find him in one of the side rooms. He would just lie down on a bench. 60-year-old man just lying down on a bench. It's sad. Looked like a homeless man. And he slept for longer than 30 minutes, even though it's asur according to the Shulchan Aruch. And a lot of interpretations say 3 minutes. How do you reconcile? It's asur. The Gemara in Sukkah. This is a Gemara in Sukkah. So, I think that the explanation of the Gemara is exactly the opposite. You can't sleep 30 seconds. You got to take a normal nap. That's what it means. You can't sleep. The Gemara says you're not allowed to sleep kishenas hasus. You're not allowed to sleep like shenas hasus, which is nishmi, 60 breaths. It sounds like 30 seconds, 60 breaths. Time, how long it takes you to say 60 breaths? Maybe 3 minutes, 30 seconds. I'm not sure. But that's not realistic. So many people in the yeshivas take a nap for an hour, hour and a half in the afternoon. I remember even in the Mir, when I was in the Mir yeshiva, they had people that were pooling together money to rent out a dira for the afternoon so they can sleep. There were like 10 beds in the room. I wasn't part of this, but I think it's kind of funny. But you get very tired in the afternoon. You have those big lunches here in Israel. They give you the meat lunch, schnitzel for lunch. You're tired after the meal, so you go lie down. It's very common for people in yeshiva to lie down. Here in Israel also, a lot of the businesses close between 2 and 4. So they take a nap, people. I don't know what they do. In America, that's not talked about. And I believe my Rebbe Yaakov was very adamant against sleeping. He said, I told him once I took a nap during the afternoon. He looked at me fiercely, like he was trying to tell me, like, you shouldn't do that because it's asur. But it's not practical. It doesn't make any sense. People are tired in the afternoon. It must be the Gemara means that you can't take a small nap. Take a nap that you need. That's what the Gemara is saying. Even the little that you do sleep, you shouldn't intend to enjoy your sleep. Make yourself strong to serve God. Any enjoyment in this world should not be for the sake of the enjoyment. Rather, to strengthen yourself to serve Hashem. The pasuk in Mishlei says, in all your ways you should know God. They said in Perkei, everything you do, l'shem shamayim. Even discretionary things, eating, drinking, walking, sitting, getting up, being together with your wife, and even talking with people. Either has to be directly for God, or it's something which will strengthen you to, in the future, be able to serve Him better. Even if you're very thirsty, you're very hungry, it's not good if you just did it for your physical enjoyment. Don't even eat that much. Just eat exactly as enough to live, right? Don't eat extra. Tanugim. Even when you want to go sit with big tzaddikim, get a bracha from a tzaddik. You go to your Rebbe, your Rosh Hashiva, you want to get eitzas from him. If you're just hanging around Gedolim because you want to enjoy the fact that you're part of the paparazzi of Yated Neman, they're getting you in the photos, that's not good. Unless the whole reason you're with the tzaddikim is to learn from them. Similarly, when you go to sleep, don't get extra sleep, right? Only Ella, he's very tired. He should be rested. He must have He's still get to benefit his body. It's not good. Ella is kaving. Let's say it's shena le'ena of l'guva menucha l'sorach habrios in order to be healthy. In order that you should be able to learn better. When you're with your wife, even though when you're responsible, you're required to be with your wife. If you do it because you enjoy it, that's disgusting. You want to have, the purpose you're doing it is to have children who are going to keep your legacy, keep your business. The reason you want to have children is because your kids will serve God also. Or if not, right? For example, your wife is pregnant, it's not going to help to have kids. You're doing the guy a mitzvah over. Like if you owed money to someone, you want to get rid of your debts. Talk to Dave Ramsey. And same thing when it comes to chatting with people. Even if you're talking about Torah, it has to be directly to serve God. Or that something in the future, it will result in your serving God better. If he sees, how does a person make a decision in life? If that thing will direct him in the way of serving God, do it. If not, don't do it. Someone who does this serves God his entire life. Okay. So the point of life is to serve God, to be an Eved Ivri. I once heard from the big Kabbalist here in Israel, Yaakov Hillel, came to America. He said the highest form of a Jew is to be an Eved Ivri. Be an Eved. This is basically what the Simon says. You should be a slave to God. Is that really what God wants? He wants you to be a slave to Him? This is what the whole Simon, this is the foundation of Judaism over here. This is the biggest Simon, the most important Simon in all of Shulchan Aruch. How do you make decisions in life? What should you, on discretionary things, right? There's so many things in life are discretionary. They're not Averas, they're not mitzvahs. How do you make the right decision? Anything brings you closer to being a slave to God. But isn't there, Pirkei says he's supposed to be a Ben Chorin? Shouldn't you want to have liberty, freedom? You don't want to have freedom? You want to be a slave your whole life? Eved Ivri, it's not a positive thing. Eved Ivri is someone who stole money, he can't pay it back. He's sold into slavery to be Eved Ivri. It's not a good thing to be Eved Ivri. It's a terrible thing to be a slave. And worse is the Eved Ivri who wants to stay longer. He says, I love being a slave. I love being married to one woman and having my children, right? The monogamous lifestyle. That's what he wants. I'm doing everything for schar. Me and my wife are going to split the amazing amount of schar I'm getting in this world. Because I'm going to be a slave to God my whole life. Aren't we banim? Aren't we children of God? Aren't we supposed to be like children, like princes? B'nai malachim? Do we forget about that? If you want to hear more of what I have to say about that, stay tuned for Ian to lean on coming up next.